Hello everyone, I am Kirti from Computer Science Department, gsipuc College, Mysuru. Today we are continuing with chapter number 5, that is Review of C++, session 3. So let's start with today's session with control statements. Yes, what are control statements? Control statements alter the flow of sequence of instructions. So in control statements, there are of two types. First one is selection statement. Second one is iteration statement. So what is selection statement? So selection statements are the statements which allows us to select a statement or a set of statements based on some condition. In selection statement, there are of four types. The first one is if statement. The syntax for if statement is if condition statement. So if statement is also called as one-way branch selection statement. So in if statement, first it will check the condition. If the condition is true, based on that, it is going to execute these statements. When it comes to next type, if-else statement. If-else statements are also called as two-way branch selection statements. Called as two-way branch selection statements. Syntax for if-else statement is if condition statement 1 else statement 2. So this if condition is used when we have alternative statements has to be executed. So if the condition is true, it will execute some set of statements, and if the condition is false, it will execute another set of statements. So this is about if statement and if-else statement. Next type of selection statement is nested if statement. Nested if statement. So what is nested if statement? Means an if-else statement within another if-else statement is called as nested if statement. So the syntax for nested if statement is if condition 1. So inside this another if condition. Condition 2. It will execute statement 1 else statement 2. Otherwise it will execute statement 3. So an if-else statement within another if-else statement is called as nested if statement. Next type of statement is switch statement. statement is also called as multi-branch selection statement. It is also called as multi-branch selection statement. So the syntax for switch statement is switch condition or expression case 1 block 1 So this is the syntax for switch statement. Switch statement is also called as multi-branch selection statement. So here the switch statement check the condition or an expression against the list of integers or constants. So if a match is found, the statements or the code associated with that case is going to get executed. So this is about switch statement. So what is selection statement? Selection statement allows us to select a statement or a set of statements based on some condition. In selection statement there are of 4 types. First one is if statement, second one is if else, third one is nested if, and fourth one is switch statement. Next is iteration statements. Next is iteration. So what are iterations? Iterations are also called as loops. Iterations are also called as loops. So what are loops? Loops is a statement which allows repeated execution of a set of instructions until the condition gets satisfied. In loops there are of 3 types. First one is while loop. So while loop is also called as pre-tested looping structure. It is also called as pre-tested looping structure. The syntax for while loop is while condition so in while loop, until the condition gets satisfied, the set of statements is going to be executed again and again. So here in while loop, it will test the condition before executing the statements. Hence it is called as pre-tested looping structure. Next type is do while loop. Second type is do while loop. So what is do while loop? Do while loop is also called as post-tested looping structure. It is also called as post-tested looping structure. Why it is called as post-tested looping structure means After executing the set of statements, it is going to check the condition. So here it will execute the statements at least once. The syntax for do while loop is do statements see here in do while loop, first it will execute the statements. After executing the statements, it will check for the condition. That's why it is called as post-tested looping structure. Next type is third type of loop is for loop. So for loop is also called as fixed execution looping structure. Fixed execution it is called as fixed execution looping structure. Why it is called as fixed execution looping structure means in advance we are knowing how many times the loop has to get executed. In that condition we are going to use this for loop. Hence it is called as fixed execution looping structure. The syntax for loop is for initialization condition increment or decrement. So in for loop, in a single statement, it will give us initialization, condition, increment or decrement process statements in a single line. So what are iteration statements? Iteration statements are also called as loops. So in loops there are three types: while loop, do while and for loop. So this is about control statements. And the next topic is arrays. What is an array? An array is a collection of elements having same type. So here each element is numbered from 0 to 0, 1, 2 up to n minus 1. Here each elements are numbered from 0, 1, 2 up to n minus 1. So what is zero based indexing? What is zero based indexing? Means numbering the ith element with I minus 1 is called as zero based indexing. It is called as zero based indexing. So in arrays there are of three types. The first one is one dimensional array. First type is one dimensional array. What is one-dimensional array? It is an array in which each element is accessed using only one subscript is called as one-dimensional array. So here, what is the meaning of subscript? See, the name of an array is A and the size of an array is 4. So what are the values I have stored in an array? 1, 2, 3 and 4. So each element is numbered from 0, 1, 2 and 3. So what these are called as? So these are called as index or subscript. What is the usage of this index or subscript? Index or subscript is used to access the elements of an array. Is used to access the elements of an array. So see here, I want to access the element 3. How can I access? With the help of subscript a of 2. So in a of 0, the value 1 is stored, and in a of 1, the value 2 is stored. In a of 2, the value 3 is stored, and in a of 3, the value 4 is stored. So with the help of these index or subscript, I can access the elements of an array. So let's come to one-dimensional array. What is one-dimensional array? It is an array in which each element is accessed using only one subscript. So what is the declaration syntax of one-dimensional array? That is data type, array name, size. So this is the declaration syntax of an array. First you have to mention the data type, next array name, then size. An example for this is int a of 10. So here int is the data type, a is the array name, and the size of an array is 10. So this is the declaration syntax of one-dimensional array. Next, how to initialize the values to one-dimensional array. So what is the syntax for that? Data type, array name, size is equal to values. The initialization syntax of one-dimensional array is data type, array name, size is equal to values. Example for this is int a of 4 is equal to 10, 20, 30 and 40. So this is about one-dimensional array. Next type is two-dimensional array. So what is two-dimensional array? It is an array in which each element is accessed using two subscripts is called as two-dimensional array. The declaration syntax for two-dimensional array is data type, array name, row size, column size. An example for this is int a of 2 cross 3. So here int is the data type, the name of an array is A, the row size is 2 and column size is 3. How to initialize the values to two-dimensional array? The initialization syntax for two-dimensional array is data type, array name, row size, column size is equal to values. An example for this is int a of 2 cross 3, that is how many elements it can store? 2 cross 3 means 6. So it can store 6 elements in it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So the memory representation of two-dimensional array will be so the name of an array is A here. So how can I access the elements of two-dimensional array means A of 0, 0 contains 1. So A of 0, 0 contains 1. A of 0, 1 contains 2. A of 0, 2 contains 3. A of 1, 0 contains 4. And A of 1, 1 contains 5. A of 1, 2 contains 6. So this is how we can access the elements of two-dimensional array using the subscripts. Next is multi-dimensional array. What are multi-dimensional arrays? An array with n dimensions is called multi-dimensional array. The declaration syntax for multi-dimensional array is data type, array name, S1, S2 up to Si. Example for this is int a of 2 into 2 into 2. So how many elements it can store? 2 cross 2 cross 2. That is, it can store 8 elements in it. So this is about arrays and its types. So in the next session, we are going to study about the further concepts. Thank you.